Hello, and welcome to our daily reflection on Friday the 12th of June. Our readings today are in front of you. If you haven't read them already, you may wish to pause this recording and have a look at them now. Our Joshua passages this week are a bit of a roller coaster. When the Israelites follow God, when they rely on God, things go well for them. When they do their own thing, it's a different story. This is a curious passage in many ways. From a point of view of pure military strategy, Joshua made a big mistake. By signing a treaty with the Gibeonites, he's leaving a potentially dangerous enemy hanging about while he continues the conquest of the land of Canaan. We might think that a contract made through deception isn't valid. Joshua made the treaty with a supposedly far-off people, not with his near neighbours. But Joshua and the leaders of the Israelites have sworn their treaty by the Lord, the God of Israel, and so breaking the treaty would be a greater sin than the Gibeonites lie in order to obtain it. But the Gibeonites have an interesting attitude themselves. They're more or less repentant. They recognise the power of God, and they're submitting to his authority, even if the Israelites themselves don't see fit to consult God in making the treaty. They had seen the power of God exercised through the Israelites, and they wanted to preserve themselves. And despite Joshua's curse at the end of our passage, God, who is just, stands by the protection that is sworn by his name. In 2 Samuel, Israel is punished for attempting to renege on its agreement to protect the Gibeonites. Now, it's all very well for us to criticise Joshua for not praying about the treaty, but it's a pretty common thing for us to make big decisions rashly, without prayer. But as we read yesterday, all that we have and all that we do is God's. This doesn't mean that we need to kneel in the aisle of Tesco while we decide whether or not to buy a second box of eggs, but it does mean that we should be living a life of prayer, putting all that we do before God and offering ourselves to him. We can pray as the psalmist concludes, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my Redeemer."